Shalom and welcome to Cuppa Torah. My name is Hannah Tamar and I am back from my travels and I'm in a new space. I want to know what you think about this new space. If it's too loud, too noisy, if you like the colors, if you don't like the colors, if you like the lighting, tell me. I'm not quite set in this new space yet. Don't know if I like the new space. I don't know. I can move. Just tell me what you think about the new background. I want to talk about what I like to call the Adaptation Days. And what the Adaptation Days mean to me is the days between Tisha B'Av, which is the saddest day in the Jewish calendar, and Elul. The month of Elul is that preparation month for to prepare our bodies and minds and souls for the new year, for the clean slate, for the high holidays. So the days in between Tisha B'Av and Elul, I like to consider as adaptation days to learn how to adapt to see your surroundings, fully see your surroundings, fully see your emotions, fully see things, and figure out how to change them and how to just like figuring them out. A little history. The temple in Jerusalem was the only temple that the Jews could go to sacrifice to God, to keep that promise that they made on Mount Sinai to Hashem, and to follow the Ten Commandments. That was their one holy place. There was only one holy place. And when the Romans came and destroyed it, they destroyed how the Jewish people decided to keep that promise to Hashem, and broke all these traditions. And so the Jewish people had two options. One, they could just say, well, we can't be Jewish anymore, and give up and just say, we tried, God, sorry. Or they could learn how to adapt. And I vacation at this place on a lake, and one side of the lake is so windy, it's really windy that the trees are growing on an angle. You can go to one side of the lake and the trees are straight, then you go to the other side of the lake, and since the wind is constantly blowing on that side of the lake, the trees have learned to grow on an angle and adapt to the wind. And only the strongest trees survive that have the strongest roots, because with the wind blowing them so much, they have to have those strong roots or else they fall over. So, Torah is called the tree of life, and Torah is inside of us. So if you want to take that visualization to visualize yourself as a tree. When the second temple got destroyed and the Jewish people were like, what do we do now? We became strong trees, and we grounded our roots a little deeper, and we learned to change and adapt to new situations, to the climate, to the weather, to everything around us, to keep going. And so we decided that instead of sacrificing, we would pray. And each prayer that we make as Jews has to be meaningful. During Shabbat, you say these prayers in order to get you to a heightened state. When you're davening in the morning, you're saying certain prayers to again get you to that heightened state, to bring it up to God, to let it go up to God. Just like the smoke of the sacrificial smoke went up to God, our prayers are going up to Hashem. So the Jewish people learned how to adapt to their surroundings and still live and thrive of being Jewish. And they didn't give up just because something huge and big and horrible happened. And they could have given up, but no, we didn't. We adapted. So this time between Tisha B'Av and Elul, I really want you to look at your surroundings around you and ask yourself what kind of tree you are right now, and how you can change the way you think or the way you live or whatever you need to do. How can you change to be a better tree? And how, as Jews, can we adapt to the world around us and still be Jewish? And on that note, I shall say, Shalom.